Oh, welcome, traveler. What brings you to my tavern? Yes, I'm the owner, of course. Oh, so you want to make pho? I can show you. Okay, so what we start with is boiling out all the impurities. It looks nasty. Ew! But that's what makes the broth clearer for later on. So, I'm gonna boil this. It's called parboiling. I'm gonna boil it for about 10 minutes, which I'm actually quite close to. Rinse off the bones. Rinse out the pot. Make sure it's clean and rinsed well. And then we start the broth. So, ta-da, I'm using a strainer and I'm getting a nice facial. At the same time. I almost forgot to mention, the bones that I'm using are leg bones, beef, and neck bones. Oxtail is pretty common to use as well. I wanted to get beef brisket, but I kept driving in my carriage so many different markets and I just could not come across any beef brisket for the life of me. I don't know if I'm crazy. I don't know, maybe if it was just something where it was the day that I had to go up to the butcher and request it, but I just certainly was not going to put myself through that. So we settle for leg and neck, which is actually very, very good for the flavor of the broth. So now I'm gonna move on to choppity chop chop and toasty toasty. I don't want it to be too gingery. That's not to personal preference. I'm not a huge ginger fan, but I also do. I indulge sometimes in a ginger ale. Oh, yes! You might assume that you've seen this before. They sell these in the Highlands, where they're rich, luxurious. It's only at my tavern do we sell these liqueurs. I, for one, am brutally addicted. Let's talk spices, shall we? So, as you know, there are a multitude of spices that go into the seasoning itself. However, thankfully, we live in this century. So we do have access to premixes that supply us already so that it saves us much time from running around. This is the one that I use and have been using for a while. Now I shall toast them! So, we're gonna toast these along with the ginger, put it in the cheesecloth, and then add it to the broth. I'm gonna peel this onion, put it into the broth, and then after that, we wait 6 hours, okay? We've rinsed the bones after we boiled them, rinsed the pot. We've toasted the spices and we've toasted the garlic as well together, put them in the cheesecloth, put them in the broth, let it boil on low, medium heat. This step is optional. I'm going to add garlic in. Not everyone does that, and that's certainly not the classic, but I am a huge fan of garlic. So, I think I'll add in about maybe 4 or 5 cloves, and then afterwards, I'm going to let that boil for about 6 hours, and then we will revisit our soup. Welcome back, traveler. So, the 8 hours have passed by, and throughout that time, I have periodically skimmed off the fat that has shown up at the edge of the soup broth. As you can see, I got a decent amount of fat. You can kind of tell. Mixed in with some broth, so there I have just put in more water to make it obviously not a stew, because that's not what we're doing here. So after that, I took out the spice satchel, put it in another bowl, forgot about that.
we're gonna do now, okay, is we are going to season the broth with fish sauce and pho beef flavoring. Since I'm making it with beef today, I'm pretty sure there's other options of chicken I feel like I've seen in the markets, but this is the one that I'm using. This is the fish sauce. 3 crabs. There's another kind in stores that you can find that's usually called, it's like a squid brand. That one's not that great for anything else really, but it's all about personal preference. I've always loved this one. So, and we're going to throw in our meatballs so that they can cook in there. And then within the last, I would say, like 30 seconds, I'm gonna throw in this sliced sirloin that I have. You don't need a lot. That was maybe too much. I'm thinking maybe I should remove some of the bones too, because there are quite a lot of bones in here. Is this the big boy? Oh, it's the big boy. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. That one really cooked through. It did not look like this before. Put it in here in my ladle and whisk it in, or stir it in with the broth, so that it doesn't go in clumpy in random parts. And yes, it can boil down, you know, within the broth and stirring it around, but ever since I learned how to mix in miso into soup broths this way, I tend to do it with any paste that I'm using in any broth, just to make it easier. So as it's bubbling, there's these white bubbles that are foaming around it, which are some of the fat impurities, which I want to get rid of, because minimizing as much fat as I can while maintaining flavor is the key to this right now. Beef meatballs. I've put chicken mushroom meatballs with yours. We have the meatballs added in. I'm gonna let those boil for, I would say maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes. I have a pot, another one, full of water for the noodles, because I'm gonna start boiling that so I can easily just cook the noodles. That's gonna take only about 30 seconds or so. The noodles cook quite fast. Then I'm going to add in this beef in here for a little bit, because it's still gonna cook more in my big bowl of broth. I heard that rolling limes and lemons before you cut them and use them or serve them was good. I have no idea why. I don't even remember where I heard this from, but let's hope it did do something nice. Okay, we're finally nearing the end. So right now I'm just slicing up some of the beef, the sirloin, and cooking some of it in the pho broth here. I'm gonna cook the noodles, and I've already chopped up the toppings, so then it's just assembling it all together, and then we're gonna be done. This is the finished product. Now we have finished. So now we get to Gandalf.
Oh, I'm Gandalf and I need to eat pho. Oh, 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 Gandalf. Oh, that was delicious. Oh, it's the ring. Oh shit, the fellowship.